So, Bronco fans, Super Bowl 60 is almost here. Now, unfortunately, the Broncos are in off-season mode. That doesn't mean we don't have some Super Bowl memories of the past. Also, pros and cons of our top 5 Bronco free agents. Should they stay? Should they go? Or should they round them up or let them graze in the field? That, so much more, is the Denver Bronco Roundup, and it starts now. Good evening, Bronco fans. Kenny K here, hosting tonight in place of Keith Brugman. He's got the night off. Enjoy your night off, Keith. We will see you on Saturday. Might see Keith in the chat if he has some time. If he's able to get to the chat, he will. But I do have my fellow horseman with me. The other Wednesday night regular, Jody Moncrief, is with us tonight. Jody, what's going on, my friend?
What's up, everyone? Not really excited about Super Bowl Sunday. Kind of like the rest of the Broncos they've interviewed this week. If we would have had Bo, we'd be playing Sunday.
Yep. Yeah, I know. It's tough. It's tough. It's time to what could have been, but Bo Nix is young. 61, 62 is just around the corner. Why can't they get there and be the dynasty like the Chiefs and the Patriots were with
a little odd stat or whatever you want to call it. The last time they lost in the AFC title game, they lost 10-7 with a hurt quarterback in Elway. So
wow.
to the Bills at 92.
Wow. I saw the breaking news you just posted backstage. For those college football fans, we'll get to Broncos right after this, but Trinidad Chambliss, the Ole Miss quarterback, trying to come back for his 6th year of eligibility, was denied. Jody's question was, where does he fall in a weak quarterback class? Where can he be drafted? Tune in for the juice next week. I think that'll be a hot topic, but I'm going to say possible first round, Jody. Possible first round.
Me too.
Yeah, that really opened up things for some teams now. Let's get some hellos in. Paul coming in saying Super Bowl is a national holiday. It should be. It should definitely be, or played on Saturdays, Paul. This way you have off on Sunday. But, I work at the hospital, Jody, at a hospital, and I kid you not, there's more patients in the ER and on Thanksgiving, on Christmas, on 4th of July, etc. Super Bowl is the quietest day of the year in the ER. I never work it because I'm always working the Super Bowl, but in our ER, it's the quietest.
So this pod I follow, and he's pretty big. He dives into why games are on what day and TV ratings and stuff. They claim that Saturdays would be the worst day of the week for ratings for TV wise.
Wow, I'm interested.
But
I don't know. I think
Sunday. They say Sunday is where it's at right now. That's the best night of the week for TV and stuff, for TV ratings.
I understand it, but also a lot of people going to bed early. You're out there in Mountain Time Zone. East Coast, it's a little different. We're games ending at 10, 11 o'clock at night, even on regular season games, Sunday, Monday night, games are ending at midnight.
What I couldn't do is if you followed like a West Coast like college team and their games are starting like 8. What do they start there? Like 8 o'clock? That's 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Try to start a game at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Time.
Well, feel bad for our friend Patrick, who's got, when the Broncos are overseas and they're playing at 9 a.m., he's at 4 a.m. in Hawaii time. That's insane. But let's get some hellos in. Mandy saying we should have been there. What's up, Mandy? Thanks for tuning in. And Paul's coming in. Bo's glass ankles let us down. Why don't we get into our agenda here, Jody, while we're letting people come in?
Yep.
First one I have, do you want to talk about the Super Bowl or you want to talk about our free agents first?
No, we can talk the Super Bowl. Make it a quick segment, I guess, because
I got a couple fun ones for you.
I'm pretty bummed on it. So
I got a fun one for Paul and Mandy who are out there, and I know some other people are going to come in soon. We saw Bo Nix's unfortunate injury. What could have been this year? It could have been the Broncos' year. Could have. What would you give up for that Broncos Super Bowl this year, Jody?
Oh, wow.
And I don't mean for Lent. I mean for life.
Wow. That's
If I was I'm a Giants fan, but for a Giants Super Bowl, I live near the Jersey Shore, and I said that I would give up one of those Jersey Shore towns that I always went to as a kid, and I still go to this day, and that would be Wildwood, New Jersey, where there's a huge boardwalk, beach, food's amazing. I would give that up for a Giants Super Bowl, Jody.
I'd give up grilling on my Traeger. It's something I like to do on the weekends and stuff. So,
like it. Mandy's giving up Starbucks. And I think Patrick would be okay with Mandy giving up Starbucks. Our good friend Patrick saying aloha. Yes, it's early. Patrick joined us yesterday on The Juice. Was amazing. He's out there in Hawaii. And not only in Hawaii, he showed us glimpse of the beach he was at and with the water right behind him. And it was an amazing scene. Patrick's over there at Lion Coffee. You could check him out on lioncoffee.com. Patrick was gracious enough to we had a little Super Bowl competition yesterday on our Juice show. I'm going to add it at the end of the show with Patrick's permission. Anybody who gets that closest one to the correct prediction with the score, Patrick's going to send you a little special coffee from Lion Coffee. So good luck to everybody who's gave us their predictions, and anybody with Patrick's permission tonight. We'll add a couple people as well. And Paul, we'll just say that, friendly family show there, Paul. You almost got it out of me, Paul. You almost got it out. Family show. But yeah, so that's what I would give up. But let's do this. Let's talk about some Super Bowl memories. Thanks, Paul. You almost got me out. We almost got censored.
When I read that, did you? I'm not going to say it. People can go find it. Did you? Someone asked Mike Vrabel what he would give up to what he would give up to win the Super Bowl this year.
Yep.
Oh man, that's probably the funniest one I've heard in a long time.
Paul, that prediction 30.
That and there was someone that asked him. Did you hear someone asked him? Is Sunday a must-win game?
Funny, it's hilarious. Let's do this, Jody. We got some friends in the audience. Super Bowl memories. So the Broncos have had some good memories. Let's talk about some good memories. Put smiles on people's faces for the Broncos. I'll let you go first since you're the Bronco fan. A memory that you have from one of the Super Bowls.
I have two for me. The Von Miller, the second strip sack where Cam Newton almost got scared to jump on the fumble, and that kind of iced the game. That's one, and then when Elway did in the second Super Bowl versus the Falcons, when he did the quarterback sneak for the last touchdown, and him and Schlereth are down on the bottom, and you can see that they're saying something to each other, and then afterwards, the NFL Network does like the year in review of the team and stuff, and they asked what was said down there, and I think Mark Schlereth, because he's well famous for when he had to go to the bathroom, he just went. He just went right there in his pants. And he had said something about that down there, and they both started cracking up laughing.
That's great. Mandy's got a good one, Jody. You'll like this. Von Miller's performance in the Super Bowl. She was 14. It was amazing. Great performance from the great Von Miller. I have one, Jody, and it's early in the show, so don't ban me when I tell you this one, because I am a Giants fan first and foremost. Super Bowl. I'm gonna go back a ways. I was 12 years old. Super Bowl 26. George Martin, safety on Jolly Elway. And the four, George Martin, Harry Carson, LT, all celebrating in the end zone. And that was one of the only memories I had of that one. But I had to throw that in there and because it was against the Broncos. So don't ban me. Don't ban me. It was.
I thought you were going to say, because if I remember, I think that's the first time Phil Simms was the first person to say when they started asking what Phil Simms, you just won the Super Bowl. What are you going to do next? And he said, I'm going to Disneyland.
That's where Disney World started. You're right. That was a good one. Definitely a Super Bowl memory for sure. Any other you want to bring up before we get into the main part of our show?
A couple more. They were after the game, but I liked when Pat Bowlen said this one's for John. I mean, he got blown out in 3, and really he didn't even play that well in the first one they won, but finally got that off his back, and then John was able to turn around and do it back. Pat was going through all his Alzheimer's and all that different thing, and he was able to say it back. This one's for Pat. Yeah, that was pretty cool to return the favor.
And there's Keith saying hello, everybody. Keith has the night off. Hope you're enjoying your night off, Keith. Favorite moment for Keith was the Denver Broncos scoring the fastest touchdown in a Super Bowl. Unfortunately, we lost to the 49ers. That was the fastest touchdown. Yeah, that was a what was that? Who was the returner there, Jody? You remember?
For the 49ers?
No, the fastest touchdown. Who got that fastest touchdown for the Broncos? I didn't mean returner. I don't know why I said that.
I don't remember, to be honest.
Keith, who was the player? Because I don't remember that, to be honest with you. And then there's Paul saying, I just remember Elway losing all the Super Bowls, but I loved Eli beating the Patriots. Okay. And there's Miss Pearl saying hello. What's up, Pearl? How are you? Hope you enjoyed the dog show. I saw in a post a beautiful Doberman Pinscher won the best in show at Westminster Dog Show. I know Pearl loves her corgis and loves the dog shows, and beautiful dog. I mean, all the dogs that make it to the Westminster are beautiful, but
I don't know if you
Doberman Pinscher, man. I'm getting chills just thinking of her. That beautiful dog, beautiful.
I don't know if you remember, but that same game, the Giants Broncos, I didn't see it live, but on highlights, one of the best throws I ever seen. Elway rolled to the right, and he threw across the field probably 50 yards on a rope to, I think it was to Vance Johnson. That was one of the best throws I ever seen. I don't know if you remember that in that game. I mean, that was one of the best throws that I ever. I mean, he rolled far to the left and all the way across the field that's when people already knew, but that's when you knew that he could make any throw.
Yeah. Patrick's given us 2, and the Elway helicopter, and then John Mobley knocking down that 4th down pass. Those are definitely going to be on everybody's list if Bronco memories for sure.
Like 2 plays before that, when Steve Atwater, I think he blew up Tyrone Braxton. He knocked himself out and one of his Bronco guys and the wide receiver. I'll never forget that one too, because that was like 2 plays before the Mobley one.
Nice. And Pearl had some friends over, owners and handlers of the Old English Shepherd, are friends of hers. That's pretty awesome, Miss Pearl. And Westminster Dog Show is the Super Bowl of dog shows. You got your Indy, the Daytona 500's the Super Bowl of NASCAR. Westminster Dog Show's the Super Bowl of dog shows. I got to ask Miss Pearl a question, and it's Super Bowl week, so you know what? We go off agenda every once in a while. And I got a quick rapid fire question for Jody and everybody in the chat. You going to watch Bad Bunny at halftime or the Puppy Bowl on Animal Planet? I think it's Animal Planet. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think it's Animal Planet. Or a third one, you can watch Kid Rock. I think they're doing one too. Kid Rock and someone else.
I'm going to tune in to the halftime show just to see Bad Bunny's hair color, because I got a prop bet what his hair color is going to be. Go watch The Juice. We had fun with that yesterday. And but then I'm going to go watch the Puppy Bowl, because I don't think I know any Bad Bunny songs. All with still due respect, I don't know Bad Bunny songs. So I'm going to go to the Puppy Bowl. But I'd like to know if Miss Pearl is going to watch that Puppy Bowl and anyone else. Keith's saying he was wrong. It was the Redskins. A moment for the ages during Super Bowl 32. Unwilling to settle, John Elway's fastest Super Bowl touchdown was a 56-yard pass to Ricky Nattiel.
Yep.
One of the 3, right? What they call them? The 3 amigos.
3 amigos.
And just 157 into the Super Bowl against the Redskins. Paul's going to watch Bad Bunny, Boo Kid Rock. Pearl's going to watch the Olympics. I don't think they're on yet, Miss Pearl. On Sunday. And Sunday we have the Puppy Bowl or Bad Bunny at halftime.
You remember when they did the Budweiser Bowl?
Oh, opening ceremonies tomorrow. Okay. The Bud Bowl was great. Yeah, that was good. They need to bring stuff like that back. All right, let's get back on track, Jody. Back to our agenda. We had some fun there, little Super Bowl memories. At the end of the show, we'll do a little Super Bowl prediction and an MVP just to get those predictions in, because Patrick, like I said, very gracious, great supporter of the show, part of our team on Rocky Mountain Sports Network now, joins us on The Juice, comes on Denver Bronco Roundup. He's part of our team. He's going to donate he's going to send a nice coffee package to whoever comes closest in their prediction on the Super Bowl. So you need to get the team right, and closest score will get a coffee package from Patrick. Compliments of Lion Coffee in Hawaii. So amazing stuff. Go check them out, lioncoffee.com. Miss Pearl, I love the Winter Olympics, so I'll be doing some Olympic stuff maybe on my other show, the network, but I'm thinking I'm going to do some Olympic stuff. I'm definitely into that. Jody, let's get on to the Broncos stuff here. So some news broke earlier after Saturday, after Keith and Trevor's great show that they did on Saturday. Sean Payton promoted, didn't go on the outside to look for a new offensive coordinator. Promoted Davis Webb, who had some head coaching interviews and was rumored to maybe go to the Giants, because one team teams were looking for him. The Broncos retain him and promote him from quarterbacks coach to offensive coordinator. Jody, take it away. You know Davis Webb. I know him as a Giants quarterback who got to play a couple of games, and you know him as a coach for the Broncos. Quarterback coach, now going to be the play caller on offense, calling the plays.
I love this move. It's move that Bo Nix endorsed right away. It's kind of been Bo Nix's middleman guy. So I like this move. It's the next step. Obviously, Davis Webb is thought highly of. What he get 2, 3 head coaching interviews this cycle. He's never called plays. He's never been an OC, so that's quite a leap to go from where he was all the way to from quarterbacks coach to head coach. If he would have snagged one of those, so I mean he's highly regarded. And Sean Payton, he brought him over from. I mean, he retired from the Giants, and he brought him over. This has been Sean Payton's guy. He's been grooming him. Now the big question will be, will Sean Payton give up play calling duties? I think I read sometime today there was one game like in the late 2000s. He gave up play calling for one game when he broke his leg. He gave up play calling in the preseason this year, and then I don't remember this. You probably do. He was demoted as the play caller when he was calling plays for the Giants way back in the day. But other than that, he's called plays for 20, 25 years. So that's going to be the question. Will he give those up and move to the next step as just a CEO type head coach? And hopefully that'll streamline some of the stuff. You could even see it with Jarrett Stidham. They were frustrated. The plays are coming in slow. If you watch Sean Payton, he's shaking on the sidelines holding the thing. So I think it's time for Davis Webb. If it doesn't go well, Sean can take him back, but I think this is the next step to take Bo Nix to the next level.
Yeah, I like it too, Jody. Quarterback, he was a quarterback, and look at Bo Nix's progression in 2 years. What he's done. And what the sky's the limit. I mean, you went from a rookie to easily could have been rookie of the year if it wasn't for Jaden Daniels. Easily could have been a 1-1A, a shared rookie of the year last year, in my opinion. And then this year even took it to the next level. Still got more levels to go because you got to get that Super Bowl ring. You keep Davis Webb. The marriage is there. Now you just need to cash in. And I could see it happening. As for Sean Payton, I heard it. I'm going to give them a nice little plug. I love this show. Go check them out. Chat Sports. They cover a lot of teams in the NFL. They do all different sports. They have a Broncos Now page on there on YouTube. We've been saying it on this show. Our posse's been saying it. The playbook, Sean Payton, you can't see. He covers his face, which is good because you don't want to see him calling the plays, but his whole body's covered with how big that playbook is. And he said, you don't need 600 plays on the playbook. Cut it down to 150. Cut it down to 200. Why do you need that many plays? You're not using all of them on that playbook. There can't be that many plays. And then he's got, you ever see the little flip, because he's got like little folded there, and he's got a little flip there. Those must be the trick plays. But he's giving up.
And there's so many plays on that sheet that I think that's a lot of the time why plays get in slow. He's indecisive on either what play to run or finding the play on the call sheet to call it. And I think all that Davis Webb will streamline, along with, I heard a lot of reports this week that there were guys that have played and stuff. If you just watch film, there are tells of what Denver's going to do based off of what guys are out there and different things. And it's very easy to pick up on. And with Denver bringing in guys every play, you give the defense a chance to substitute as well. And that's why a lot of stuff is, defenses know it, because he hasn't evolved. He was able to rely on Drew Brees to cover up a lot of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I like Paul saying Sean lost his fastball as a play caller. I'm seeing this in the chat, so let's bring this up, Paul. Let's bring this up, Jody. Sorry. Mandy. I'm also happy Vance is staying to finish the mission. Jody, your thoughts on Vance Joseph staying?
Well, I think it's huge. I've said before, if the right job isn't open for him now, since he's already hit that cycle once and it didn't go very well, you just go take another job just because of money. You could be one and done, and then you may be possibly done coaching. That's why I'm a little. I know, and I like the staff that Robert Sala's put together, but that's why I'm a little leery on why just hop on that job. That's not a great job in my opinion, from ownership to a lot of holes on the roster. Do you have a franchise quarterback? A lot of things, and you just jump on it. I mean, you may never get this chance again if it fails. So
yeah,
I'm glad he's for selfish reasons. I'm glad he's staying, but also there'll be other job openings that are more ready. Like when Sean Payton took this job, there were problems here, but this team was close. It was a lot closer than what people think. So
absolutely. And real quick, Jody, I'm going to let you take this one. Miss Pearl saying, going back to Davis Webb, got a big payday. I'm going to take myself off screen for 30 seconds. I forgot my phone in the other room, and I don't want to lose comments that may be coming in on my phone. So I'm going to put myself backstage for a second, Jody. Take it over about the payday, Davis Webb, and anything else about the coaching staff. I'll be back in 30 seconds.
Yeah, I'm glad that he got paid more. But I've always said that to me that none of that really matters when it comes to coaches and stuff. Pay them if you've got owners that can afford it. Pay them whatever they need to keep them. It doesn't affect the cap, so that type of thing. When I hear, well, Sean Payton's making 18 or whatever, that to me it doesn't matter because he's calling. I mean, it doesn't matter because it's not affecting nothing. It's not affecting cap or any of that. So, but I'm glad VJ was able to get paid, and I'm glad he's staying because he's a key piece to this defense. And it's pretty incredible where this defense has went from. Even Sean Payton brought this up. You know, when you've given up 70 points to the Miami Dolphins to having the number one defense in football in a little over a year, it's pretty incredible turnaround, and I'm glad he's staying. So,
yeah, that's good. Absolutely. I think it's another one. Finish the mission, like Mandy said. Paul has a question for you, Jody. Jody, what do you make of Javonte Williams and Estime having success elsewhere?
I think Javante's was more a case of it's a second year coming off that massive injury, and we've seen what he was before he got hurt, and he's with a team that actually commits to the run. So, I mean, that's big. Sean Payton, you know, he claims this year that's the most important thing, but until I see it, he just doesn't want to commit to it. So it's hard to be successful when you don't know when you're going to get touches. You can't get lathered up. You can't get into emotion of the game. So I understand Williams, and then Estime. I never understood why they got rid of him. I mean, they moved on so quickly from him. But whatever he did to get in the doghouse, I mean, the fact that Tyler Berde basically didn't play all last year, and then you dress him for a playoff game and you make Estime inactive and then you keep Tyler Berde around for all year for what reason? I don't know. I mean, he produced nothing. So however those guys got sideways or how Estime got in the doghouse I would love to know, but good for Estime's, succeeding down in New Orleans. I think he's going to complement Kamara very well, and that Peyton hasn't had very many, but that, in my opinion, is a miss.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jody. Let's do this. We're at our halftime. And then we'll get to Kurt, who's coming in with a question, with the comment, but we're going to turn it into a question. But let's do our halftime break and talk about our wonderful sponsor this evening, Jody, and that's Morgan Trinkets. Morgan Trinkets has specialized in Southwest jewelry, Southwest pottery, and estate gold at wholesale prices for over 35 years. You can catch them online on Etsy by typing in Morgan Trinkets, or catch them on eBay at Pearl Heat, Heat. You can also see them live. Valentine's Day, the Timber Dan Vintage and Collectible Toy Show and Sale is held at the Ranch Events Complex in Loveland, Colorado, with the next event scheduled for Valentine's Day, like I just said. Check out our amazing sponsor, Morgan Trinkets. And we talked about Bad Bunny, and we talked about the Puppy Bowl. Go check out Morgan Trinkets at halftime and enjoy that halftime show, and go on Miss Pearl's website and eBay and Etsy, and check out what they have at Morgan Trinkets, our wonderful sponsor. And thank you, Miss Pearl, for being a supporter to all our shows at Rocky Mountain Sports Network. We greatly appreciate you and all the support you give us. Our good friend, my best friend, K&K Sports Show on my other side, Kurt Valenti. A lot of you know him. Biggest Bronco fan you'll find on the East Coast, right, Jody?
Yep.
He says, and I'm going to turn this into a question: running back 1, wide receiver 1, tight end 1 coming this offseason, boys. Rank them 1 to 3, Jody. That's going to be my question to you. Rank them 1 to 3, and then give me one for each off the top of your head you would be happy with.
No, running back, tight end, wide receiver, in that order. Running back, my top guy, I've kind of pivoted, but my top guy is Travis Etienne from Jacksonville. My top tight end is Kyle Pitts from Atlanta. And my number 1 wide receiver, and this is the one, if we miss on the other ones, this is really the one guy I want. And I know a lot of people are going to say he's a locker room cancer, but I think with the leaders here and the players here in this locker room and Sean Payton, I think they can control that, is George Pickens.
I like those, Jody. I'm not gonna that question was for you. Kurt, if you're out there, give us your RB1, wide receiver, tight end 1. Chat, play along as well. I do want to say hello, our good friend Phil McLaughlin coming in. Good evening, Kenny and Judge. When do you think George will get paid, and how long will be the commitment? Sending us 100 stars. Thank you, Phil. I'll give you the Mile High salute for the 100 stars. Appreciate all the support you give us at Rocky Mountain Sports Network on all our shows, Denver Bronco Roundup and The Juice. What's your thoughts, Jody? When do you think George will get paid?
Hopefully sooner rather than later. I mean, Pinner said in his thing he hopes that both Sean and George are here for the long term. I know he's, being rumored to Minnesota. That's where he came from and all that. But if you just compare Denver to Minnesota, I mean, you've got the richest owners in football here in Denver. I mean, just a lot of the things that they're doing, from the practice facilities to they're going to build a new stadium fully funded by themselves and their private backing, and, all the different things that they are willing to spend and give to their players. I'm sure you don't see it, but I'm sure that the same thing is going on and I'm just using, this is probably small things. You need a new computer, you need whatever. He's got the top of the line stuff. And so I can't see no way that he would want to go leave here unless Minnesota's just home. But I mean, you're in an awesome situation right now, and you're well past the Hackett and the Russ thing. And I mean, besides that, what are the major mistakes he's made? I mean, he's hit on a lot of hits, really. So I hopefully sooner rather than later, so that it doesn't get sideways where he gets tempted to even want to go talk to Minnesota or something. So
yeah, couple comments coming in. Pearl, Kurt's supposedly bringing back the Broncos show as soon as possibly tomorrow evening. So if you're friends with him on Facebook, friends with us over on K&K, Mr. Valenti may be back tomorrow night. He's definitely coming back. Tomorrow may be the return. We'll see. Any defenses, free agents, Patrick would like to know? Free agents that you covet?
Maybe the linebacker from Jacksonville.
Devin Lloyd.
Devin Lloyd. Really, other than that, I mean, this defense doesn't have a lot of glaring holes.
No.
If I was Denver, I would concentrate on, if you're strictly looking at defense, concentrate on your own guys. Jaquan McMillan, in my opinion, has got to be number one. And I don't care that you drafted Jahdae Barron first round. The amount of plays and what he's done for this team, he's your second best corner, and he's, in my opinion, the best slot corner in football. You can't let that go.
One I covet, same position. We talked about it behind the scenes, you, Trevor, and I. Anzalone from Detroit. I think he's a monster. Detroit's got to make some changes, and I think that Anzalone could be a cap casualty, and Denver's got the money to spend on a linebacker. But that's the perfect segue into our second half here, Jody. Our topic for the second half. Ms. Pearl's saying, and I'll start with this guy. Our topic is meaning Jody, Trevor, Keith, and my top five, in our opinion, the Broncos' top five free agents. And we're going to give you pros and cons for each player. And see what you guys think in the audience. And after we give our pros and cons, we'll see if we're going to bring him back or we're going to let him go. Ms. Pearl's saying, I feel they should keep Dobbins. Hooray, I will keep my eye out for Kurt. Thanks, Pearl. Let's talk about J.K. Dobbins. Give us a pro, Jody, for J.K. Dobbins on bringing him back.
The run game was, I mean, he was, I think, number 2 or 3 in the NFL in rushing before his injury. He had Denver's first 100-yard game in like 3 years. There's a lot of pros that he gave this running game. You can see where the running game, the fact that he went out like in week 10, so we're talking 10 games, counting playoffs, and he still was your leading rusher by over 200 yards that tells you all you need to know. So,
Paul.
And he's cheap. That's another one, cheap.
Paul. Yes, I re-signed Dobbins and draft a running back in the first or second round. I think there's only one running back in the first round, and Jody has no problem with it. Trevor has no problem with it. I have no problem with it. I can guarantee you Kurt Valenti has no problem with it.
I'm trading it.
Jeremiah Love. That would be the first round pick, chat, that I would that I would go after in the first round. Some second round guys, there's definitely some options there. I got a couple people I want to say hello to in a second. Some important people, our good friends out there. And I do want to say this. I'll give you a con, and it's a simple one about J.K. Dobbins, but it's an important one. Cannot stay healthy for a full season.
Yep.
And that's the con of bringing him back. That's simple. I don't need to say anything else about the cons for J.K. Dobbins. That being said, Jody gave us the pros. I gave you the cons. Posse, are you bringing J.K. Dobbins back? Jody, are you bringing J.K. Dobbins back?
If I bring J.K. Dobbins back, it's under the understanding that he is not your 1A running back here. He's probably your number 3. I mean, he can pass block well. He can do all those things, catch out of the backfield, and you can give him 4 or 5 carries, 6 carries a game, and see if that keeps him healthy. Then if he gets hurt, what are you out? A couple $1 million, you're out really nothing. So that would be the only way. I'm not repeating the same running back room as we did last year. No way.
I want to get the hellos in. Phil saying Dobbins cheap contract, only default is health. Want to say hello to Michael Ronquillo, everybody's friend, Michael Ronquillo, sending us 100 stars. Jody, thank you, Michael. Good evening, Kenny and Jody, and go Bo Broncos. Blue and orange hearts with the mile high salute emoji. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate all the support you always give us on all our shows here at Rocky Mountain Sports Network. Appreciate it. Our good friend Glenn Ashley saying good afternoon. Jody's down under in Australia. Good afternoon, Jody, Trevor, Kenny, Keith, Posse, sunny Melbourne. 110 degrees here and stunning. Keep Dobbins on an incentive deal. Also bring in Breece Hall. Dobbins' leadership, and he continues over here, Dobbins' leadership has been great for Harvey, and he wants to be a Bronco. Paul, I heard Dobbins wants to play versus the Patriots. Wanted to play versus the Patriots, but the Broncos decided he wasn't ready. That's the medical staff, and they know best. And unfortunately, they probably did know best, But
just a little something I heard, which I thought was pretty wild. Mike Kliss put out that had he played, that they estimated him at about 35%. So if that's really true, why are we even? I mean, that's nowhere close to even being ready. And can you go from 35% to playable in 2 weeks?
Yeah. We're going to get into more of the players that we're going to, that we maybe want to bring in a free agent wise or a trade or a draft. But I'm just going to say, for me, outside perspective, and I'm the outside perspective. I don't know behind the scenes what goes on in the Broncos, like Jody and Keith and Trevor. They know a little more. It's a hard pass, but I'm passing on J.K. Dobbins. There's a couple guys out there. Jody alluded to Travis Etienne. There's a guy I like a lot that's a different back that you do not have on this Broncos roster right now. Tyler Algier. I would bring him in. He's not going to cost the most money. Rico Dotto is another name to watch out for. And these guys at least stay healthy. And Tyler Algier's got young legs. He's not a workhorse because Bijan Robinson's there. He gets a chance to be a split backfield with R.J. Harvey. I think Algier could be what the Broncos need on the cheaper end, where there could be money spent elsewhere.
I will add the whole list that you're going to go through. What I think makes it hard if you take away play on the field and stuff is all these guys are spoken highly of in this locker room. And I mean, they are, whether they're wearing a C or not, they are highly spoken about, all of them. And I think that matters because you don't hear of any sort of beef with anyone on this roster. Everyone, I mean, this is the tightest group I can ever remember for a long time. I mean, we had Russ and he caused problems, and there was always somebody here. I can't think of one person that disrupted anything.
No. Got Clayton saying hello, guys. Smash that like button and share. Yeah, like Clayton just said, if you're new here or if you haven't and you like what you see us doing here at Denver Bronco Roundup, Rocky Mountain Sports Network, go on Facebook, give us a like. Go on YouTube, give us a like. It doesn't cost anything. It helps the stream out. It helps us get noticed. And, if you like what you're seeing being part of our family, we can get our name mentioned a little more out there. Give us a like. Thank you. Thank you, Clayton, for always reminding us to say that because I'm really bad at that. Appreciate it. Algier is Glenn's second choice behind Breece Hall. His tread is high due to being Robin to Batman Robin for Bijan. And that's a good way of putting it. And Clayton's saying, I truly don't think we have any money problems. Restructure a few contracts and not paying Russ anymore. Right?
Yeah, I agree. I have a quick question for you. A lot of people keep bringing up Breece Hall. Is he so good that you're willing to pay whatever to get him, or is there a number where you say I'm not going above it and I can go get someone comparable for a much less price?
If the asking price is let's just the asking price for Breece Hall is gonna, let's say if it's 12 million, just throwing a number out there. He wants 13. I'll give him 13. Maybe I'll go 14 because I need a running back. But I'm not going 15. That's when I look at my number 2 guy. My number 2 guy is ETN. All right, we get ETN 10 million. He wants 12. Okay, I go to my number 3. My number 3 is Algier. I'm getting one of these guys. So thank you, Clayton. That's awesome. I just want to put this up. Absolutely love what you guys are doing. Keep up the great work. Now off-season talk and new hiring. Let's go. Clayton, awesome. Thank you. Off-season is my specialty. I can't wait to be doing it on here with the guys and on the juice. The draft will be coming up. I can't wait. It's always a fun time of the year for me. That's the only offensive guy, Jody, we had on our top 5. The rest are defense. I'm going to start with – we'll start with the big boys up front, and then we'll work our way back to the secondary. John Franklin Myers, do you want to do a pro or a con for him? And I'll do the other one.
I'll go con. My con is – and it's really not so much play. It's more they just paid Zach Allen last year a huge contract and DJ Jones, and then they paid Malcolm Roach a pretty big size deal. And he wants big money, which he probably deserves. Can Denver afford 4 big contracts on the D-line? That would be my con for him.
Yeah, that makes sense. A pro for me would be, bring back the defense that was, in my opinion, the number 1 defense in the NFL, and bring everybody back. Bring him back. He was part of it. 7.5 sacks. Fell a little short of my hot take. If you go back and watch the offseason hot takes, which will be coming back soon, my hot take was that he was going to have 10+ sacks. So I felt just a little short. But my pro would be you bring back everybody who was on that elite defense with Vance Joseph and keep everybody and don't bring any new faces in. No need to change anything that's broken. If it's not broken, don't fix it. If they can figure it out money-wise, bring him back. So I got a JFM. I want to bring back J.K. Dobbins. I'm going to hard pass on. Would you bring him back, Jody? Yes or no would be my question.
The only way I think I would bring him back is if you can secure some other guys. I need Jaquan McMillan, and I know you'll get to him, but that's my number 1 guy on this team. And if it comes down to or, then I'm passing.
Okay. Got a couple more, Jody, and we're doing good on time. Alex Singleton. Great story. The cancer, overcame it. Showed some good signs here and there. Do you want the pro or con for Alex Singleton?
I'll go pro on this. I think the pro is he's been your green dot for 2 years. He's a leader. What he was able to fight through the cancer, is he an all-pro linebacker? No, but you can do much worse. He had the one injury last year, but for the most part, since he's been in Denver, he's been healthy. He makes big plays. He turned the whole Buffalo game around with that monster hit on Cooks. He's a locker room guy. He wears your C. There's just tons of pros with him that if they re-sign him, I'm I am not going to complain one bit because of a handful of little cons. They had the best defense in football this year with him. So um, whether they bring him back or not, I'm not going to hate the move either way because he does bring so much. And like I said earlier, he's just such a locker room guy. I mean, he's so respected in the locker room and that type of thing.
Yeah. Again, I couldn't have said it better for the pro side. My one con for Singleton, and this one will be short too. Bad coverage versus tight ends, and you got Brock Bowers in L.A. and in Las Vegas, I should say. Pardon me, with most likely, and they're hoping to have their franchise quarterback in Mendoza throwing him the ball. You still have the Chargers. Don't be surprised if they go and try and make a move for the draft pick Kenyon Sadiq. He's going to be in that range where they're picking. I think that's where he's going to be in that 20 range where he gets drafted, in my opinion. And don't be surprised. You need a coverage linebacker, and I just feel a con for him is he's not the greatest cover linebacker when it comes to covered.
Is his age a con for you? I think he's going to be 33 this year.
Sometimes. For him, no. I'm going to say no. His age is okay. I'm just going to give the con for him. He doesn't look like he's playing old. He just, he looks great on plays, but then certain plays, you got a 5-yard gap. The tight end's beating you. And it's like, man, cover him, please. How can we not cover him? And that's what I've seen in the Bronco games this year with some of the tight ends destroying the linebackers in coverage when Greenwald was there. Yep. So that would be my con. That being said, Jody, I love what you said about I love the story, beating cancer. I love that he's a locker room guy. But there's got to be other locker room guys. I got to, unfortunately, move on from Alex Singleton. And I am addressing linebacker on day 2 in this year's draft.
Yeah, I think so, too, just because if you bring him back, Sternad has already said he wants to be a starter, and I don't think you're going to. So if you bring him back, you're losing him. So, and depth behind Sternad was weak at best.
Yeah. Michael's con for Singleton is age. Singleton bad at covering running backs. And Paul is funny. Choose between Sternad or Singleton. Well, Paul, Sternad is on our top 5 guys, so I'll get to him right now. Justin Sternad's a free agent, Jody, another linebacker. Do you want the pros or cons for I'll give you the choice. You're the Bronco fan.
I'll go pro again. From where he finished against Buffalo in the playoffs 2 years ago, I mean, the first move they really went out was to address linebacker, and what he was able to do to improve himself and everything can fill in for Greenlaw the first, whatever that was, 5-6 weeks. I can't blame the guy saying now's my time. If you want me, I'm a starter here, or I'm going somewhere else to start. He was a great special teams guy. If you keep him and he's a starter, he probably comes off of special teams. But what he was able to do, he wore the green dot when Singleton was out with the cancer. So there's a lot of pros for me with him. So, it's now or never. If you're Denver, are you gonna invest in one of your guys and take that chance, or do you need someone more established, or do you need a higher draft pick guy there?
Yeah. I'm going to say very similar things on the cons that you said with the pros. Con, do I want him as my starting linebacker? Because that's what it's going to be to keep him here, I think, is a starting linebacker. He may get an offer from a team, a rebuilding type of team. I'm trying to think of a team like, a team maybe like the Cardinals sign him for a couple of free agent deal, or, talk about the Lions. They can use some defense help. But that's the con for me, is you would have to pay him starter-like money. And I'm not saying elite starter money, but he's going to get a pay raise.
Right.
And I want to use that money somewhere else on a big target on the offensive side. That $5 million can hurt. If I had to choose between Stranad and Singleton, who I'm bringing back Stranad, but I could see both of these guys gone, because the con would be he would want to be a starter, Stranad. That would take away his special teams ability.
I have one little con that I don't think anyone's thought of. If you bring Stranad back and you kind of guarantee him a starting spot, and it doesn't pan out like it did this year, you probably are going to have him, because Greenlaw, hopefully he stays healthier than what he did last year, but I don't see 17 weeks of him. You could have Stranad and a backup linebacker, and that could be a very weak spot on your team. He's started, but he's never been the guy for a whole season.
Yeah, definitely. And then the last thing about Stranad too is, if Stranad wants to be a starter, Vance Joseph and the Broncos say, oh, maybe he could be a starter. And then where's your depth behind Stranad now? I feel like you didn't gain anything from Stranad Singleton. It's like, they got a lot of differences, but a lot of similarities, and nothing stands out in my opinion.
Because for sure that was depth there, the two of them, and you're losing one for sure. Yeah, I can't see Singleton. If Stranad leaves, I can't see Singleton, even if you wanted him as depth, saying I'm good with now going into a backup role.
No, I know. Yeah, exactly. I put Michael's comment up here. He's saying Sayer on Locked On Broncos show said today Broncos should trade Jahdae Barron and pay Jaquan McMillan. I brought that comment up before because our fifth guy on this list was, we no particular order. These were our top 5 free agents. I know Locke and Pacheco, Paul said, must be on the list. These are top 5. Locke and Palczewski, excuse me, we can get to next week and talk about them and the rest of any other free agents. But these were our top 5, no particular order. What do you think about Jaquan McMillan? You want to do the pros or cons?
I'll go pros on this, because this is my number one of any free agent on this team. I want him back. In my opinion, he's the best slot corner in football. He makes plays all over the field. He had the lone touchdown in the Chargers game, Week 18. Big plays against Kansas City, at home with the sacks. He just makes big plays. He had the big play against Buffalo in the playoffs, the interception. I don't need to trade Jahdae yet because he's on a rookie deal. So there's no need to. I hold on to him another year, see what Riley Moss does. You could possibly move him out there, but Jaquan's, in my opinion, the best slot corner, and that's basically. And now that we're in nickels 80% of the time, he's basically a starter anyway. So there's no way I'm letting him walk. So
yeah, and Paul's bringing up the great point that McMillan is a restricted free agent. We did put him on the list because you never know.
Right.
You do never know. It's never a guarantee if you're a restricted free agent. It's never a guarantee that you're coming back.
And the thing is, I can see someone offering, huge amounts of money to try to get him because of what he does, where Denver has to match. So I'd like to see Denver get him under contract and put that away. Like I've said, that's the one guy that I don't want to see leave, because you don't have anything, in my opinion, behind him.
Yeah. Glenn, and I'm going to get to the con. He's saying there are no cons, but I'm going to give one out to you guys and see if you like it, agree or not. Jaquan McMillan, we can cost control at a big signing bonus. There are no cons. He's a heart and soul player, best slot in the game, like Jody said. Barron can continue to learn behind him. Surtain, Moss, who's out of contract in 27. My con is right there, Jahdae Barron. Stubborn coaches. I'm not saying Vance Joseph is stubborn. I'm not saying ownership is stubborn, but Jahdae Barron was your first-round pick last year. Con could be Jahdae Barron still has the starting job over Jaquan McMillan if they bring him back next year, which I think they will because he's a restricted free agent. The con is going to be he's going to be behind, could still be behind Jahdae Barron. That's my con, Jody. What do you think?
My only thing is I guess what Jahdae play? Is he a slot or is he an outside guy? Denver needs to decide that. Either he's a slot corner or he's outside, and play him at one and let him develop there. And then what I would find interesting if Denver could do it again, knowing because everyone here was all Jaquan's getting cut. There's your cut guy. Would Denver redo it over again if they know what Jaquan was going to do this year? Would they?
No.
Would they go a different route? Because I think I heard like Jahdae only played like 27% of the snaps, and I mean he was all right, but for other holes that could have put you over the top, could you have drafted a running back that could have helped you last Sunday? Could you have drafted an elite wide receiver when you were, playing little Jordan Humphries as a starter? So to me, it'd be interesting to know how they feel now. But
let me throw a couple comments up here, Jody. Then we're gonna do. Don't want to do it, but we're gonna do it. Super Bowl predictions. If you were on the juice yesterday, you're entered. Our good friend, now a fellow co-host of our Rocky Mountain Sports Network shows. He's part of our team now. You'll see Patrick on from time to time. Patrick Wiltsey in Hawaii, part of Lion Coffee. He's going to give one lucky winner a nice package, coffee package, compliments of Lion Coffee. All you need to do is put the prediction and the winning team in the chat, and closest with the winning team will get a coffee package. Thank you again, Patrick. A couple comments, and then I want to get a question in, and then we'll do our Super Bowl predictions to wrap up the show. Glenn wants to let Jahdae play both like he did in college. His position long-term can come out of his development period. Be patient. And he's saying they were taking Ibuka until the Bucs snatched him, and I agree 100% with that. Ibuka was the guy. Got a new friend coming in, Mason Hammer. I love to ask when I stumble across streams like this, what is the one game, player, or moment that officially locked you in as a lifelong fan? Go ahead, Jody. You're the Bronco fan.
I really can't think of a one play, but Elway for me was the guy. I mean, I just remember growing up. I mean, he always got made fun of the teeth and looking like a horse, and he was pigeon-toed and knee-knocked, but man, could he throw a football? And I mean, the amount of comebacks he could do and that type of thing, it was. And he reminds me, not to the same level, but Bo reminds me kind of the same. Elway he didn't have an elite wide receiver for a long time in Denver. He didn't have till the very last. He didn't have an elite run game. He didn't really have an elite tight end until they got Sharp in the early 90s. So, I mean, there's a lot of similarities there. Just what he could do with if you didn't follow football and you looked at the guy, how is this one of the best footballs? Just the way he walked and different things. And I mean, I've never seen anyone throw a football like he did, and I still have it.
Yeah. Great question, Mason. I am a Giants fan that also covers the Broncos on here with my friends. As a Giants fan, it was the wide right Super Bowl that changed it for me. That moment, watching it with my dad and not being able to look like, we've had players on our Giants podcast that I do and ask them the simple question. And the two we asked, we had Stephen Baker and OJ Anderson on, and they both said they couldn't watch. I couldn't watch it. And he said about 50% of the players watched, 50% couldn't. So great question. Love it. Jody, I'm going to get a couple more comments in. Think about your prediction and throw chat. Posse, throw me your MVP as well. That could be the tiebreaker if we have a tiebreaker. Give me your MVP. A couple more comments, and then I'll get the scores. Elway locked in Paul as a San Diego. Locked me in as a San Diego Bronco fan from San Diego. The Rocket Man himself coming in at the buzzer. Hey, boys, I'm Posse. Sorry I couldn't make it tonight. Thank you for everything you do, guys. Trevor, glad you're home safe. Appreciate you. See you on Saturday with my friend Keith Brugman doing Denver Bronco Roundup. Denver Bronco Roundup royalty, along with my co-host tonight. You talk about Bronco royalty, three of them. They're the Broncos royalty and pie.
I have a quick question for you. Because Elway did the same thing when Eli Manning held out and said he wasn't going to play for the Chargers, and you got Eli. Did that kind of disgust you that a guy forced his way out of one situation to another, or were you just happy that you got Eli Manning? And
if you ask the football fan, Kenny the football fan would say I hated it, but Kenny the Giant fan loved it. so yes, as a Giants fan, I had no problem with it. But if I was a football fan, I don't want to play for this team. I hate that. I hate that in all sports. You know, we got that going on in Milwaukee now. Greek freak. I'm a Knicks fan,
right?
And he doesn't want to play for too many teams. Well, go play for the team. You're making this much amount. You're making millions. I mean, for goodness sakes. I mean, play for the team that wants you.
Finish your contract out, and then
drives me crazy. But let's get these comments in because I want to get the scores in, and we got to wrap it up, Jody. Michael became a Broncos fan since Terrell Davis preseason tackle on special teams. Love it. Pearl, my dad licked me in when it was something we did together as a child. He was a diehard Giants fan. I loved Broadway Joe. LOL. I know I figured it out, Miss Pearl. She's saying the autocorrect. And let's get some scores in, Jody. In the meantime, while I'm doing that, and Mason, thanks for the question. Appreciate you coming in. Are you a Bronco fan? Is that where you stumbled on a Bronco podcast? Or if you're another fan, would love to know if you're a different fan than the Broncos. And throw a prediction in because we'd love to get you some Lion coffee if you pick the winner and get the closest score. Paul, 41-17. Glenn, 34-18. Cup MVP, 2 touchdowns, 120 yards. That's it. That's all we got now. I know some people gave me their answers yesterday. Jody, your prediction, your MVP of Super Bowl 60.
I think somewhere like 34-17 Seattle.
Okay.
And I'm going to go, it's probably a cop-out answer, but I'll probably go Sam Darnold. I mean, he's been playing well all season. He's played,
Nothing wrong with
he
that.
played incredible against the Rams. So if not him, Jackson Smith and Jigwell.
Yeah, those are good picks. Mason's a diehard Ohio State fan and Browns fan. Mason, I do a show with sometimes Jody's co-hosting with me, sometimes my friend Trevor, our fellow posse, not fellow posse, our fellow horseman. That's the nickname we have on this show. Show called The Juice, Tuesday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern time. We do all football and college football as well. As a Browns fan, Mason, you could throw it in the chat. Love to know what you think of your new hire, Todd Monken. Patrick, Seahawks 28, Patriots 10. DeMarcus Lawrence is his prediction. I want to win something. Yeah, if you win, Patrick, I'm sending you something special with the hats anyway, but I got a little added bonus for you. I'll send it your way for everything you do for all of us on all of our shows. Mason has the Seahawks, but New England covering the 4.5, 31-30. Wow, that'd be a pretty wild game. And those box pool members who have the 1-0 going to be scoring big time in the fourth quarter. When you get that 1-0, you look like, how am I going to win with 1-0? 31-30, I'll get it. Love it. Me, Jody, I'm going to go real quick, and we'll wrap up the show. I think it's going to be a defensive. I think it's going to be close, like Mason has it, but I think it's going to be the other side around Mason. I just don't see the Patriots being able to score that much. Drake May, the shoulder they may say it's good. They're going to give him cortisone, but it's still his throwing shoulder. I think they're going to try and run the ball. They're two-headed monster. I think Trevion Henderson could be a big sleeper in this game. Did nothing against the Broncos. They may have something in store for him. Seahawks may have to watch out for him, I should say. On the other side of the ball, Sam Darnold, I'm expecting a mistake or two from him. I really am. And I could see this being close, like Mason said. I'm going to go 2017. And Glenn, Kurt Valenti, and my MVP as well, Cooper Kupp. I had him with 2 touchdowns, Glenn. We're sharing the same brain tonight. And over 100 yards was my prediction earlier. And if anybody who's betting the game, gamble responsibly. There are some fun prop bets out there. MVP is a prop bet. Cooper Kupp is 100-1 to get the MVP. So if you put $5, you can win $500. Gamble responsibly. Don't put a lot of money on it. Don't bet the mortgage. We call it pizza money. If you want to throw a few dollars on there, do pizza money. Cooper Kupp, 100-1 can bring you back a nice payday.
What do they say? Bet responsibly.
Gamble responsibly.
Gamble responsibly.
Yep. Here's Michael's prediction, 42-24. Jackson Smith and Jigba, the MVP. And MVP will be the tiebreaker if somebody is the same amount of points. The difference is, instead of over-under, we'll do MVP as a tiebreaker. Jody, final thoughts. Let me get Mason's last comment in, and we'll get some final thoughts. I agree. Let me just get Mason's comment in.
Yeah.
I agree. Possibly being the lowest score, but I hope with how fun a lot of the playoff games have been, the Super Bowl becomes a bit of a shootout. It could be fun. Maybe you see a couple, you see a turnover, touchdown, a kick return. Shaheed's very dangerous. We know that the Patriots defenses, they like to create turnovers. It's either it could be Michael 42-24, Mason 31-30. There's some high scores out there. It could be. Thank you again for all the comments. Jody, final thoughts, and then we'll wrap the show
up. Just an incredible season from the Broncos. It ended disappointing, but I wasn't as disappointed just because Bo was out, and had we had lost that way with Bo, I would have been a lot more disappointed. But we're on the right path. What Bo's been able to do for the last 2 years with minimal weapons is incredible. Where he's taken this team, the fourth quarter comebacks. I mean, a lot of fun games all year. The 33 points against the Giants in the fourth quarter. Just a lot of the comebacks against Philly to start it all. Just a fun season, and I'm excited for where we go this offseason, what moves we make. And then on the Super Bowl side, I just haven't gotten there yet. I'm not overly excited for it. But there's good stories there. But where Sam Darnold was, where he started as a Jet and then to the Panthers, and now he's leading that team. Clint, he was a coordinator here in Denver, Gary Kubiak's son. So I'm pulling for him. Other than that, I kind of would like to see someone just put it to New England, just because their whole season to me has just been kind of fraud. They really haven't beat no one. They barely beat Houston with CJ Stroud, puking all over himself the whole game. Barely got by Denver with a backup quarterback who hadn't played in 2 years. So, but like I said, interested in this offseason. Hopefully we get Bo Nix some weapons. Hopefully that ankle heals right. And I'm excited to see, does Sean Payton finally, look in the mirror and say, I may not want to, but I've got to give this up for the betterment of this team, give up play calling, and what that does for this offense as a whole and what that does for Bo Nix.
Nice. We've got some Ohio State fans coming in. Jackson Jones, Ohio State and Bengals. Give us a Super Bowl prediction, Jackson. Thanks for hopping in at the end here. We got special Lion coffee package to the winner. If you give us a prediction, tiebreakers, the MVP of the game, we'll get you a Lion coffee package to you. If you win, just get us in the comments, and we'll make sure to get that out to you. Thanks for hopping in at the end here. Give me the Pats. Mason is a fish. Is what Jackson's saying. Give us a score, Jackson. You're the only one who has the Patriots. So if the Patriots win, you might be able to get that Lion coffee. I'll give you 2 minutes because I'm going to get my final thoughts in. Jackson could give us a score and MVP. That'd be awesome. We don't have anybody picking the Patriots. That's scary. My final thoughts, music fans out there. Green Day is your pregame show. Bad Bunny is your halftime show. If you like one of them, don't like the other. If you like both of them, that's great. If you don't like neither of them, I'm going to give you a reason to watch. I'm going to give you a little fun prop bet there's some fun prop bets that are actually legit bets out there in on the betting sites. Again, if you're on any of them, put $1 on it, have fun. Green Day's first song played. So you got Basket Case, When I Come Around, 21 Guns, etc. Think in your head, what song, see if you could predict that correctly. Come back on next week and let me know if you got that correct. Bad Bunny's hair color is an actual prop bet. If you don't even want to watch the halftime show, you want to go watch the Puppy Bowl, tune on for the second so you can see Bad Bunny's hair. We did this yesterday with Patrick. Natural hair color, bleached. There's a multicolored design, a design of the flag in his hair and other colors as well. Blue was in there, pink was in there. I went with the multicolor colors of the flag. Patrick went with a little flag. So some long shot odds there. If you're interested in having some fun, let's have some fun with that. Let me know if you got it correct. And one last one, Gatorade color of the coach. Gatorade or water dunked at the end of the game. You could pick the color and or water, which will be dunked on the winning coach. Welcome to paradise, Paul's saying. Patriots 21-17 from Jackson. I got it. Thank you, Jackson. Thank you, Mason, our newcomers. Like and subscribe if you like what you see and hear. I know you're Bengals and Browns fan, but we do have a show called The Juice. It's a football show dedicated to college football and NFL. We'll be doing a ton of off-season and draft stuff. Browns are definitely going to be a hot topic. Bengals also with Joe Burrow. What can we be doing to upgrade over there? Come hang out with us. We're always interactive. We love the audience. We love our posse. Posse over here, Juicers on the Juice. Tuesdays, 10 p.m. Eastern over there. Our star givers, Michael Ronquillo, Phil McLaughlin, Paul, who's been here for the whole show. Glenn out there in Australia. Appreciate you, Glenn. Braving the 110-degree heat. Of course, our two co-hosts, Patrick and Trevor hopping in. Patrick again, Lion Coffee, best stuff around. You'll not be disappointed. Go on lioncoffee.com. Lots of stuff on there. If you're not a coffee drinker, they do have tea as well. Go check them out. Just don't want to miss anybody. We had Patrick come in, Paul. Keith was in earlier, one of the founder himself, the Four Horsemen. Kurt Valenti, Clayton. We had so much interaction tonight, guys. I may have missed somebody, and if I did, it wasn't done purposely, I promise you. And Mandy, almost forgot Mandy. Mandy was here early in the show. And I think I may have gotten everybody, Patrick and Jody. I think we got everybody. So the entries are in, Patrick. We will get the winner. We will announce it on the Juice on Tuesday, and we'll also announce it on here on Wednesday, and we'll get you some Lion Coffee. Good luck, everybody. Enjoy the Super Bowl as much as you can. As Keith Brugman would say, remember, guns in the holsters. What's the other one, Jody?
Boots in the
stirrups.
Boots in the stirrups.
Boots in the stirrups. Guns in the holsters.
And the Broncos in your heart.
Until next time, go Broncos. We're out.